West Tigers fans, welcome into a special edition of the West Tigers Life podcast. Let's celebrate 20 years on from the West Tigers Grand Final Premiership in 2005. Just a couple of hours after what could have been a perfect day with the old boys. They were there at the game today celebrating as my co-host sighs as we remember the game. Let's not talk too much. We'll talk a little bit about the game at hand today that could have been almost perfect. It was so close to being a perfect day, but we're going to reminisce a little bit, have a bit of fun tonight. And great job by, if you haven't seen it already, if you found this show and haven't seen the Claws Out podcast, they did a great analysis and breakdown of the show. We had Rob Jr. joining Rob Sr. with the West Tigers podcast, boys. So if you haven't seen that yet, do check that out on our YouTube channel as well. They did a really good job, and a big shout out to our sponsor as well. Thank you to Match Day Manny, which Manny, as I found out, means manicure. They do nails, so colourful nails. They'll have West Tigers colours ready for the new season, but they do have the green and gold, so Socceroos, Matildas. If you're going to support an Aussie team, the Ashes are on this summer. Perfect for the Ashes. You get the green and gold nails for the Ashes. So there is, if you go to westtigers.com.au, our link tree or the links that's on all our socials, there is a button for Matchday Money. It's easily done, easy to order them. Thank you very much to Matchday Money for supporting the show. It'd be good to have some black and orange nails next year.
And white.
And white, black and white, sorry.
Black, orange, and white are our colours, Josh.
Good start. That's a good your first debut in the studio. Of course, you have to remind me of the shade that is what, because it's not a colour of white.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. He's in studio. You've seen him on the big screen. He's our lovable larrikin, Shane Cold. Welcome to how good is Mic'dUp podcast studios? How are you feeling?
Unbelievable. It's an honour and a thrill to be here, guys. Hello to everyone listening and watching. Thank you, Josh, for the invitation. Let's get into it. We'll touch on today as we got. If you want to on the show as well, this is a call-in show as well. So podcast at westlife.com. We've got a couple people in. We've got a debutante coming up. Hopefully she's in there ready to go soon. We'll talk about a little bit of the game today. We won't analyze. Like I said, the Claws Up guys did a good analysis, and Shane and I, that's not our go. We'll just talk about the vibe and the kind of day that we had today. For me, I had my old man, I had my son. We're up, we were winning. It was a great day. It was perfect. It was a packed house. We had a flick pass. We had the retro jerseys. We had the 2005 boys there on the ground, leading the boys out. Jerome scores on his 150th game. I mentioned to you that we were up 28-16, and if we could have got in a spot where we got a penalty goal and won 30-16, it would have been almost a scripted, perfect day at the eighth wonder of the world. Shane, why does this keep happening? Why do bad things happen to good people like us? Who can tell? But as you said, you couldn't have fit one more person in the joint. It was packed. It was a great day up until the 55th minute. Latu dropped that ball, and we just had that 10-minute lapse. I was confident even at 10-0 down or 8-0 down, whatever it was. And at halftime, I'm thinking, by how much? That's how confident I was. And again, it just, just days like this get us. I was so confident that, we'd win 13 plus, not just scrape in. And, it was looking good there for a while. And as I said, that try that we scored went coast to coast. That was just phenomenal. I've never heard Leichhardt louder, I've got to say. You've been there probably more times than me, but for me, the place just exploded. And, it's just a shame that we didn't get the chocolates. I'm still trying to process it. I don't know.
It was such a shock that I know Rob Jr. said it so well. He's just, I can't believe, I just don't know how we lost that. It's just, it went bang, 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 like 12-point lead to chasing our tails. It was like one stage looking at the scoreboard, 18 minutes ago, 16 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago, and then can we hold on? And then bang, we got
bloody 10 minutes or 8 minutes or something to get back in the game. But
and we were still in it with 5 minutes to go. Like even that last set of 6 that we had, we come close to scoring, and would have leveled it up.
Yeah.
Again, I suppose the biggest disappointment, not that it completely ruled out our 1% chance of making the semis. Now it's 0, but I suppose the biggest disappointment is, the stigma that sticks with these type of days in the West Tigers. I thought we'd finally put that to bed with this side, and we probably have, to be fair. But, again, it was just how many games have we had like this where we had everything to play for and just couldn't get it done? It's just very disappointing. But
beautiful.
Onward and upward,
Yeah, well, we'll get a guest on soon. Let's talk a bit of 2005.
What a year!
I've got a bit of a breakdown of 2005. We'll go through it for a little bit, and then we'll get our callers on to kind of tell us about their experiences of 2005. I'll get yours first, Shane. Now, a couple of us older folk, we're old enough to remember 2005. You were of a legal drinking age. I was 6 months off being a legal drinking age, so a little bit younger than you, but. What an amazing year. It was actually the year I did my HSC. I got my license. It was actually a very significant, even without the premiership, it was kind of a big milestone year for me in my life. But what was 2005 for you?
Well, it was a year I weighed under 90 kilos for starters.
Hey, me too.
I was a lot fitter.
Yeah.
But it was a year that just everything fell into place. Again, I remember it like it was yesterday, a fair chunk of it. And my memory isn't good. But, 2005, just everything went right. There was harmony within the club. We started, I don't know if you remember this, but we started the year at 150 to 1 to win the comp,
I couldn't legally gamble yet, but.
I could.
Yeah.
But not that I
tried.
Not that I threw you any money on it. But, 150 to 1. No one expected us to do what we did. And again, just something that, they can never take off us, that 2005.
They can't. It was an amazing year. So we'll, you and I did a bit of reminiscing over the weekend, kind of looking back, because even though we were of a decent age to remember 2005, it was cool to kind of go back. So firstly, the first 4 rounds of 2005. So straight out of the gates, we lose to Parramatta. Parramatta really in that time were a real bogey side for us, and obviously the back end of the season we'll talk a bit about Parramatta as well.
They were a hot side too, though.
Yeah, I mean,
year. Them and Saints, I think, went in as favourites.
Yep. So Parramatta ended up being, obviously second, top 2. So, but then the next few weeks, 3 in a row, beat the Bulldogs by a field goal and the Roosters by 6 points as well. The 2 grand finalists from the previous years, we came out, the Bulldogs game, some of the incredible tries that would kind of really set the scene for the year. Watching some of those tries in that Bulldogs game, and we let them back into the game. So we ran out and then kind of let them back in. And then, of course, Scotty Prince kicked the field goal as well. But watching that back, some of those tries, you could just see that Tim Sheens had this team in an attacking style like no one's ever seen before.
Because, usually the first couple of games, you're not gelled. And it's like we'd been playing in the off-season. Every pass stuck. Again, I haven't seen that since. It was phenomenal. And said beating 2 of the heavyweights from the previous year in those first, 3 rounds. It was great start. I didn't remember it, to be honest, until I had to look at the highlights. I thought we actually started the year really slowly until I had a look. So I'm surprised.
Yeah. You know what they did in that preseason? They actually played with the ball covered in soap. I don't think this is a wild tale. I'm pretty sure this is what they did. They were practicing basically throwing the ball around, caked in soap. So their ability to catch the ball was just insane. And some of these tries, I thought it was quite funny. And one thing I didn't remember from this game, I wasn't at this one in particular, the Bulldogs one, but Braithen Nasta scored the game-tying try.
Yep.
And, of course, 2010, he kicked the game-tying field goal.
I thought we were talking about 2005.
Yeah, I know.
I don't want
We'll
to
go
to
on tangents. That's enough. No more Anasta. Scott Prince kicked the field goal. We won. Braith can go F himself. Then after that, so those first 4 games, a bit of momentum. We beat the Wars as well. We carved them up over in New Zealand, 24-6 as well. Then 4 losses in a row. So at Cowboys, we lost 44-20. At Parramatta again, we lost 26-16. Against the Dragons, we lost 40-32 at Stadium Australia, and that was our home game there, and then lost at Brookie 34-26. So as you were saying, the year, you probably remember the year not being overly well.
Yeah.
We go and win 2 games. We won in Newcastle, and then a great game in Canberra. Benji Marshall doing that nice sidestep for a try there at Campbelltown. A great day at Campbelltown. Were you at that Campbelltown
I would have
game?
been there. Yep, would have been there. For
Nice
sure.
sunny day at Campbelltown. That one, and then a couple of losses. One in New Zealand, one at Leichhardt. After that, then after this, so at this point of the season, this is kind of the whole narrative around this season. So we were, I believe, at 11th or 12th.
At that halfway mark, we were sitting 11th.
Yeah. So after this, we win a win at Campbelltown against the Sharks. People forget that we beat the Sharks convincingly twice that year. Win at Cronulla. We went up to Brisbane. We lost 40-22 in Brisbane. After this is when the winning streak kicked off. Big win at Cogra over the Dragons. Big win over Manly at Leichhardt, 49-24 in that one. And then another win over we beat the Roosters twice that year, which is, we all know our record against the Roosters in our history, not great. We actually beat them twice that year. The Rabbitohs game at Leichhardt, I'll stop on this one. Were you at this game?
I can't remember. But I think that game was where we broke the ground record.
22,800. We were at Leichhardt today. It was a sold-out crowd. It was 16.
I just said you couldn't have fit one more person.
There was 6,000 more people there.
I don't know where they
I was
sat.
on the hill. You couldn't move. Az actually made a good point to me today. They do have the strips to move down Leichhardt Oval now. That's non-seating, so you can kind of get in and out a bit easier. So that might be a few hundred squeezing in there. There were people on roofs. There were people. It was crazy. Like you could not move on that hill. And obviously every seat. I mean, today it was sold out. There were still seats empty. Those sections back then, they were bench seats, not the old SCG seats, which are on Leichhardt Oval on the hillside now. And now you have to pay extra to sit on those seats. Back in those days, if you got early to Leichhardt,
they'd squeeze more in.
Yeah, and they were bench seats as well. So I'd say everyone on those bench seats were just bum, just squeezing in as much as they could in there. I was on the hill, in the sunshine, just shoulder to shoulder. But my God, that was one of my favourite all-time games, 42-20 over the Rabbitohs. Everyone, I think I'm on record on this show how much I hate South Sydney Rabbitohs.
Yep,
so that was
that
was a great one. I forgot that these 2 games were back to back. The next week we go to Cronulla. We had this game?
Yeah. Oh, that at Shark Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. That's the game where Benji stepped about 65 players or something, didn't he?
Step. No look pass out to Paddy Richards. Over the hand, kind of a bit of a claw pass.
A little bit.
To Fitzhenry. Scotty Prince scored a couple. That game right there was just. I remember going home and listening to 2GB talk back on my VL Commodore, driving back on my Ps. I had the AM radio on. For kids listening, that's just what people used to listen to, AM radio back in the day. We didn't have iPods or smartphones back then.
No.
Back in 2005. But I remember a caller calling in to the footy, whatever the footy show was back then, and just saying, guys, do you think the West Tigers can win this comp? And they're like, oh, yeah, you're in good form. But, Para and Dragons, they're kind of
and I was young, naive, and 17, and a whole lifetime of Balmain before, and I'm sure you was a Magpies fan before that. It's just, for me, I had just dreamt of making finals football. I had not seen my
100%.
team make. I was born in 88, so obviously I don't remember for Balmain 89, 90, 91, those 3 years. From 90, being the Tigers, I became obsessed. My obsession with the Tigers was mid-90s, and just year after year after year, been also rans. And of course the merger, and then going through 2000, 2001, 2, 3, 4. Just kind of, we had a few glimpses in those early years as a merger, and then for 2005 to go from being a fan of a team that was just, we always were the kind of the Washington Generals almost of the competition, and to think in, what was it, round 21, we had so much talent. There was just a feeling around watching this team that they were different.
Well, they were. People forget we were, the smaller side in the comp by quite a bit, but it just worked. Our line speed, our play the balls, it was flawless. In that Cronulla game, I think I remember Andrew Voss even said, Cronulla fans were applauding.
Yeah, that try.
When that's happening, you're going all right.
Yeah.
So
they went to Canberra and they won in Canberra. Benji, I don't know his record off the top of my head. Benji has a really good record against the Raiders back in the day. And then when he left, we have a lot of heartbreak against BJ Leilua and what was his winger?
We used to win a bit.
But Benji, I went to a game in Canberra and Benji carved them up 40-0. It was my only game I've ever been to Canberra. But back to 2005, we carved up the Cowboys 28-16 at Campbelltown. And then we beat the Doggies. We got this Doggies game. This one's another standout that I was at. 54-2. They kicked a penalty goal. And then we scored 54 points on them. At that Hodjo, 9 out of 9. Fatawira, hat trick. Pat Richards, 2. Benji and Scotty Prince, 1 each. Hodjo got 1. Benny Galea got 1. 9 tries, 9 goals out of 9.
That may have been the game where Hodjo broke the all-time point scoring record for a fullback.
Possibly, yeah.
I think.
We had the Balmain retro jersey on that night. Speaking of which, I was going to mention with you, we had the Magpie retro jersey the week before against the Cowboys, and Scandala scored a try.
He did.
Which I thought was cool.
Yep.
Yeah, I that's something that was lost in my memory. Do you have a memory of that?
Well, there's only 2 great Magpies in that 2005. So Hodjo was a Magpie, and Scando. I don't know if there was any other.
I think Buckets was the only leftover Balmain player, wasn't he?
Yeah, so far between.
Benny Galea?
Ben Galea used to play for Balmain.
Yeah.
So
did he? Let me just check that. Yeah, he did play 2 games for Balmain.
And just on all these, everyone thinks 2005. Benji Marshall, to a lesser extent, Scott Prince, but every player in that side, played such above their capabilities for that whole year. Even, I was just watching the highlights. Even a player I'd never even thought about for years, Matthew Reek. He came in and replaced Fitzhenry.
Yeah.
After he injured himself early on in the year.
Yeah.
He had 2 blinders.
Yeah.
Never saw him again.
Dean Collis as well.
Yeah, just so many players. Everyone, I know, and look, Benji probably deserves the accolades, but everyone forgets about, those unsung heroes, Liam Fulton, Bronson Harrison, Bryce Gibbs. The list goes on. Paul Fatawira, he wasn't meant to do what he did in 2005. We bought him from Penrith. I don't think he was doing much at Penrith. Comes to us and just everything just happened for him.
Yeah.
That just happened right across the park.
Yeah, well, they were the perfect mix of guys that were kind of outcasts of your Panthers, your Paras, and then these young crop of kids coming through. It was just a perfect storm, and Sheensy just had them synced. So they're all, as we record this, all out on the drink together still 20 years later. Last 2, speaking of getting wobbly, we go down to Melbourne. We lost to Melbourne.
Yep.
I was at the game against the Panthers. I believe we were up, kind of felt a little bit like today, actually. We were up pretty decently, looking like we were carving up Penrith for nothing that year. And then all of a sudden, Penrith, bang, 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 bang. They end up winning 38-22. Now, looking back, conspiracy corner a little bit, if we win that game against Penrith, we go up to third.
Yep.
And we play Melbourne the next week. The consensus is, did Sheensy tank that game because he knew we had a good record against the Cowboys to avoid Melbourne? We would have played at home. Obviously, the old system was 1v8, 2v7.
So I'm very honest. I wouldn't. That wouldn't have even popped into my head, but now it has.
I remember being in the crowd at the time, and someone mentioned it. This is pre-smartphones too. It's not like we couldn't
I don't remember it.
We had the Big League magazine. That's the only. That's all the information that you had. You couldn't look up anything in 2005. Smartphones weren't really a thing yet. It was
They weren't.
I had a Nokia 3315 playing Snake 2. You send a text message and that's it. So I remember being at that game. Someone mentioned this. He goes, "Well, if we lose this game, we actually will sit in fourth and play the Cowboys next week." And then, of course, first week of the finals, come up against the Cowboys, and we
we got all the accolades before even the semis. The Dally M's hit, and we got, I think Hodjo got fullback of the year. Sheen's got coach of the year.
I didn't think they looked this up. Yeah,
and Scott Prince got captain of the year, and he took over the captaincy from Mark
Buckets,
O'Neill. Yeah, before he got injured. So, as I said, we got well rewarded. And then semi-finals come and
50-6. First week of the first ever West Tigers semi-final. We had 26,000 people there at Stadium Australia, which is not. I thought we kind of would have had a bit more to that game, but
seemed like a lot more.
26,000 at that one. Carved them up 50-6. The next week, we win our first final. You're in the top four. We're going to play against the Broncos.
But that was because of that. What's it called? The
McIntyre system.
That for us became a do or die.
Yeah. Well, as soon as it's week 2, it's do or die.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So we were in the top 4, win our first game, and then we have a do or die against the Broncos.
Yep.
Who won the comp the following year. So they were a good side as well. Benji, a few sliding doors moments, as I like to say in that one. Benji saved a try, intercept try the other way, and then they just ended up carving them up 34-6. 36,000 people at that one at the SFS. So it was
no
a great
one gave
day.
us a chance.
Were you at that one?
I didn't go. I wasn't at the Broncos game. I remember that.
I was sitting at the end. So Buckets O'Neill, we scored a lot of our tries in the second half. I was in with all the West Tigers fans going nuts. And when Buckets scored that try in front of us, I'm like, we're in a prelim. Like, how good. Come up against the Dragons the next week.
Yep. I was one of the very lucky few West Tigers supporters.
It's funny how we say this, but I've met so many people who say that they were one of the lucky. I was there.
Well, it was an absolute.
There's probably a couple of thousand of us.
It was a shit fight to get tickets. Remember?
Yeah. Well, the Dragons got the jump on us.
They locked us out.
They got the jump on us. It was at the SFS, and they actually changed the way they sell tickets for prelims now. They hold tickets for all members now. So if you're a member of your club, you can't miss out. Basically on a semi-final now. But back then, the Dragons basically bought up the whole stadium.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I was behind the post, second row from the front, the most horrible seat you could ever sit in. I remember saying to my mate, this is the worst seat in the house.
Yeah.
And this guy in front of me just goes, "No, mate, I got the worst one," because he was one row in front.
It was on the fence.
On the fence.
Yeah, on the fence is tough, isn't it? When I buy tickets,
in
I
the
always try not to
SFS, the slope used to go. It was a hill, so
the
from
old
try
SFS.
line to try line.
Yeah.
It was hard to see.
I was shoved in the corner, but
Yeah.
it was a corner that Benji.
But we
Marshall
were there.
scored.
The main thing is, we were
That's the
there.
thing.
And
That's the thing. Rugby league's not, to go on a little bit of a tangent. You and I and all the crew, we all go to the games, and it's a social thing for us. Rugby league, I was watching the Bulldogs game the other night at the local, and the AFL was on, and it was the Demons and someone, and it was a packed MCG. So I'm trying to think, what is it about rugby league fans? Because there's hundreds of thousands of West Tigers fans. So today's a good example. There's 16,000 people, fair enough, but like, what is it about our sport that we don't get the amount of people? Because you just said it's about being there. I guess for the moments, you like to experience it.
Yeah.
And we're kind of joking about
you don't see the game as good. Like we said,
Yeah,
I've got no idea what happened today. No idea.
Same with us.
Completely. I was in a seat, so I saw the whole game. I was in 50-meter line, good seat, and listening to the boys before break down the game. I'm like, I've got no idea what you're talking about.
I'm the same.
I had a 4-year-old with me. That was a little bit of a distraction, but yeah. But to be there, I don't know. It's something. I don't know why a lot of footy fans don't feel this, because you and I, we go, and Rob does, and as we go to every single home game that we can.
Yeah.
Because I like being there, and the good moments you get rewarded. We don't. You Adam Dewey field goals. Those moments, just being those, saying you were there and witnessing it, and obviously your finals like that. I had to be at that game.
Yeah.
No matter what.
That's.
And
I don't mind saying, I bawled my eyes out.
Yeah.
Knowing that we'd finally got into a grand final, and again, we weren't expected to win it. I didn't think we'd win it, but I had to be there. And yeah, when that bell went or siren went, I just lost it.
Yeah. I couldn't believe it.
Maybe because and I didn't even actually winning the grand final didn't even jump into my head. It was just making it. That's what really.
Me too.
Yeah,
I was with my mate who's a Roosters fan. I turned to him, and they'd been in the grand final 2000, 2002, 2003, 2004. He'd had 4 grand finals in 5 years. And I'm like, we're not going to beat Para. I remember walking out of the SFS turning and saying, I'm like, we're not going to beat Para, but we're in a grand final.
Yeah.
How good is this? Incredible.
Yeah.
And just being there, I know if you look on our YouTube channel, the guys did a little, called it the best game ever on our YouTube channel. Check that out. If you're listening to this, there's the guys, the Claws Up guys did Claws Out, sorry. Rob's going to hate me when he hears Claws Up. I keep saying Claws Up because the claws are up. I think it makes more sense. Anyway, they did a great 15-minute breakdown of that game itself, and they called it the best game. Would that be your favourite game ever?
You know what? I'd like to watch it in full.
Yeah.
Again, because
I have. Yeah.
Yeah. My favourite game ever. Oh, look, there's been a lot, but that probably most memorable because I was there.
Yeah.
Like it was funny. The grand final itself. Well, I'll wait till you go into it anyway. But it. I remember the St George game more.
Yeah.
Than the grand, and I was at both, but yeah.
Maybe because the stadium's a bit more, it's even harder to see a game when you're at, and that was the old Telstra Stadium, I believe it was back then.
It was huge.
Just a comment here, Rugby League Passport said, had to buy my Dragons ticket from a scalpers, paid $250 for 2 tickets. That's a lot of money back in 2005. And then and then he paid $500 for his grand final ticket. So, the grand final the next week, when I didn't even watch the prelim Eels and Cowboys. I think I caught like the last 5 minutes of it. I just assumed Para were going to win that, and the Cowboys made it.
Yep.
I was like, we're not losing. Just
I was confident.
And the Pat Richards injury cloud. A lot of people don't remember. And the beauty of that week, I bought the newspaper every day that week. There was a photo of Pat Richards in the hyperbaric chamber trying to get his ankle right. I kept the papers. I don't know where. I bought the newspaper every day because we were on the back page, front page. It was just the whole week leading up was just incredible. And because we were playing the Cowboys, the whole narrative in the Sydney paper was all us. We had it been us versus Parramatta. It would have been Tigers v Parramatta. Yeah. Like it would have been a Sydney rivalry because it was us.
Everyone jumped on
the
board.
Only Sydney team, this team that are nothing like people have ever seen before. The whole world of Sydney or New South Wales football was about us for that 1 week. Even the weeks leading up to it, I think we're obviously biased, but I think a lot of eyes were on us. We were the story already of that year. Para and Dragons were the favourites, but I think outside of those two fan bases, and obviously the Cowboys fans up there as well, I think everyone jumped on us as a second favourite. And it's just the narrative. But that week of the grand final, as much as anything, just the whole week, non-stop, every news story, news, like I said, the newspapers were covering it. Channel 9 News every night. It was just an incredible week of just our club being the center of the universe.
But when did you get your grand final ticket? Like, did you buy it previously hoping?
I got my ticket. To the young people at home, I lined up at a Ticket Tech. I lined up at a Ticket Tech.
That's how it should be.
I lined up at Erina Fair. So there was, I don't know if it's still there. There's an ice skating rink still there. There was a Ticket Tech in the ice skating rink.
Yeah.
And I lined up, I think it opened at 9 or something. And there were 20 odd other people in Tigers fans. This is the Monday after the prelim.
Yeah.
I went and lined up at the Ticket Tech and I walked in and got my couple of tickets to the game at a Ticket Tech. Like, it's funny. We're talking like 20 years ago. Like, it doesn't seem 2005 doesn't seem that different. But
it was
looking back, like I said, we didn't have social media.
No,
the ticket that you went and physically bought
your ticket. You had
tickets.
A ticket. There's no screenshots, no transfers,
no Fox. Like, games were still on delay. Like, it was such a different time. And I physically went in to the ice skating rink, Ticket Tech, got my ticket, and had my physical grand final tickets. Couldn't believe it. I got tickets to the grand final, and then caught the train down from Gosford, and witnessed history. But just going down, I felt going to watch I was going to watch my team win a comp that night, and then obviously the Cowboys came out, scored first, but then Bryce Gibbs got that try, and then I was sitting at the end where Todd Payton dives on that try, and then the party started, a non-stop party. What was the grand final night like for you?
Well, I said to my girlfriend that I'd be home after the grand final, and I saw the boys lift the trophy and then hightailed it out of there because I knew West Ashfield would shut the doors after, it was only going to be members.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure we got in there. So me and my mates hightailed it straight to Ashfield, got in there and ran amok. I think the Tigers players, did they go to Balmain Leagues first and then come to West?
Not sure.
And we're inside the auditorium.
Home. I was in 18. I had to go home.
You weren't there, yeah. So
I had to go home.
Yeah.
I probably could have snuck in.
They came in and it was like, and I've been to some hard rock concerts, but I've never seen a crush in their auditorium. This poor lady, I remember, they had to put her up on the stage. She was getting crushed. Boys all came out.
Yeah.
They didn't stay long. They went to a private party, I think, upstairs. Yeah. And we just kept drinking, and then
Victoria Road traffic stopped. People apparently, Anthony Field, we had Anthony Bluewiggle a few years ago talk about his wife was giving birth, and he made his wife on the way to the hospital swing by the Leagues Club to see just the
wow.
It's quite a funny story too. He says his mate came the next morning, came in and said to him, "Anthony, congratulations." And he's like, "I know, what a game." He's like, "No, I'm talking about your daughter that's just been born." But he actually made his wife go down Victoria Road on the way to the hospital just to check out what the Leagues Club was like. And he said it was madness because people abandoning cars and all sorts of that sort of thing going on. It would have been incredible. I actually saw, on YouTube, I was going down a YouTube rabbit hole last night. There's actually footage of Benji making a speech at the Leaguesy, Benny Elias handing him the microphone. And then all of a sudden the whole auditorium starts singing "We Are the Champions." Like, it just incredible. Yeah, it just would have been. And they talk about it. The boys, it was a non-stop party, and they went out to Campbelltown. And,
well, that's the thing. Yeah, we left West Ashfield at 6:30. Straight out to Campbelltown.
Yeah,
no sleep. Hung out like a derro.
6:30 a.m. or something.
AM.
6:30 a.m.
So we had
6:30 a.m.
Yeah, so we were there all night at West Ashfield.
Yeah,
got out to Campbelltown, waited for the bakery shop to open to get something to eat, and then just hung around like derros until about 9:30 when the gates opened and we got in there, and the boys came out and did the whole celebratory thing there. I got home, walked in the door to a smashed PlayStation 2 because the missus had the shits. It wasn't the greatest relationship.
Oh, so it's not you didn't marry this girl?
No,
right.
I didn't.
Okay.
I did. We're still
Smash your
friends.
PlayStation.
Yeah, she had the shits because I didn't come home.
What
But
game?
it was worth it.
What games did you have on the PS2?
The Warriors. That
Warriors.
was my favourite.
Oh, yeah. I quite like the rugby game on PS2. Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I struggle. I like the Gran Turismo. Yeah, that's what I was into. But yeah, but again, mate, well worth it. Well worth it. It was, yeah, it'll always stay with me winning that comp.
All right, let's get some other stories up. Our first caller. Yeah, they've been waiting patiently there. Sorry. But,
Sorry, everyone.
That breakdown, that kind of getting our reminiscing out of the way. Hey, Noons. Here he is.
Boys, how are we?
Your debut.
Connor.
Have you been on the show before?
I guess I've been in the periphery, but I've never been physically on the air.
Yeah. You've never, for long,
How are you, Hoffa? Good.
How are you, buddy? What's happening?
Just remember, I got you this Sunday gig, so be appreciative.
Always.
Is that right?
I don't. Is
Connor's,
that right?
Connor's a
Is
long
that
time
right?
supporter, one of the OG Patreon supporters. So thanks for coming on.
We did a Discord vote, and
that's
Shane
right.
got the win.
That's right. I remember now. Yeah. Thanks for that, everyone.
Patreon.com/WestsLife if you want to join all the other lunatics in the
It's
Discord.
worth the coin.
100%.
Thank you for your support. Years and years of support now from you both. So, Noons, you're similar age to me, so you would have been I think.
Yeah, I was doing the math. I would have been 14 in 2005.
What was it like as a growing young strapping boy? What were you about? Were you 6 foot yet? You're quite a tall lad.
I was definitely 6 foot plus. So
you probably would have
it's
more
been a
likely to
weird-
get into a club than me, and I was 17.
It's a weird one because I was never a Balmain or a Magpies fan. I remember vividly at St. Charles there was a raffle that we were selling tickets for, and I sold the most tickets, and I was given a West Tigers hat, and that's kind of what led me down this path. So in 2005, I can't honestly say I was the most locked in I've ever been. I think 2006 is really where I started catching all the games. For 2005, I definitely remember the finals run, and especially watching the finals just because of all the cussing and blinding afterwards, and asking my mum if those words were actually able to be said in good company.
St. Charles, that's your primary school?
Yeah, down and right there on Victoria Road.
My wife went there. There you go. Didn't know that.
Small world.
Ride boy, the ride crew. We have a lot of Ride, Ermington, kind of that sort of, a lot of inner west. Inner west? What is that district? Are we the inner west?
North, inner
It's
west.
considered
North,
lower North Shore.
Lower North Shore.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't like
Ride
saying
is
that.
Ride. Wow.
We're not. I don't feel like a North
that-
Shore.
I thought it was
The
Parramatta
shore
district.
is
Yeah, Tiger
considered the
Town.
Parramatta River, so
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Fair enough. Enough of geography, but
Yeah, yeah.
2005. Who were your kind of favourite players back then?
Hodjo for sure. Hodjo, I vividly remember having to defend Hodjo throwing that pass game for Origin. I maintain Matt King was not on the line because if he was there, he would have
Matt
run
Bowen.
it up and it would have been sweet. But yeah, Hodjo was definitely my favourite, and then obviously like the boys like Benji and Farah. But no, Hodjo is definitely
You said Matt King.
probably
Did
one
you
of my
mean
favourite players.
Matt Bowen?
That would have been Matt King, State of Origin. It was 2006, correct, where we threw the ball. He threw the ball at a dummy half. Matt King wasn't there, and then Lockie scooped up and scored.
Yeah. No, I was sorry. I got my wires crossed. Who threw the intercept to Matt Bowen to lose Origin?
I don't know, but I was cheering.
Yeah. I got my intercepts. My
I
Blues.
forget you're a Queenslander.
Queensland supporter, not a Queenslander. We're not going there tonight. But I agree with you, Connor, that my favourite player, I think the best player was Hodjo in that 2005
Very
year.
underrated.
I think he pipped Benji and Scotty Prince, kicked 1 million goals, scored 1,000 tries. It was unbelievable. He had such a good year. And his pace, one thing I really noticed the other night when watching the highlights, his pace was unbelievable. So, yeah, agree with you there, mate.
If I recall, the next year we had Moody come in and did a stint at halfback. I think Hodjo was injured, and I remember
Jason
liking
Moody,
Moody because
yeah.
that's when I started watching the
Yeah, I forgot
games,
about
but
him.
he just wasn't the same caliber of player.
Mm. Yeah, we got a lot of. There was a lot of Parramatta. Yeah, there's been a lot of actually in our history. There's been a lot of Tigers and Para
Yep.
interchanging and players. Obviously, there's quite a few ex-Tigers on the current Parramatta side as well. I guess
Yep.
being geography-wise close, but yeah, what a night. Where were you watching the grand final?
I would have been at home. I think this was just before we moved to Bolton Street, to Gladesville from Putney.
Hmm.
So I would have been watching at home, but I think my dad got tickets and he went to the game. So
Yeah. Oh, he left you at home, on your dad.
yeah, he corporate ING got the tickets, didn't want to take anyone else. So
Yeah, right. Did he have a big night like Shane did?
I don't think he kicked on and went to the leagues clubs, but
all right.
he's a good Irishman, so he would have put some away.
But your PlayStation was intact.
Did you have a PS2 back then, Nunes?
Oh man, I would have had Lord of the Rings 3. It would have been
Lord of the Rings.
well at that stage.
Was Lord of the Rings out then, was it? Look at that. Lord of the Rings.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, the first one or something.
Yeah. Oh, there we go.
2005 it would have been out.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Just speaking of fantasy, that was a fantasy year in the
It was great.
in the football. Righto. Nunes, anything else? Obviously, it's quite funny that you're the Fanua Bole aficionado in the Discord, and yet Hodjo back then you couldn't get two polar opposites without.
I guess I had 3 points before I jumped on the call. So one is I'll take accountability. You won't see this from Dream Buller fan club. You won't see this from Sam Weller fan club. The double movement today, that was shocking. It reeks of greed.
What was he?
I love
thinking?
my guy, but he knows better, and I think it comes off the back of an injury and a lack of form that sometimes desperation creeps in. But it's on me. It's on him.
We had a full set, didn't we? Or
This can't happen.
4 tackles or something left.
I think it was second or third tackle.
Yeah.
I only watched the highlights, so
Bit of a sliding doors moment there. How many calls we got lined up?
there was 3 in the room, and
All right.
I'm laying a good platform like Fanua Polo would.
You have.
So I've
Off the
only
back
got
fence,
2 more
mate.
points, and I'll wrap it up.
Off the back fence. I just noticed we only got 15 minutes left, so we were rambling on for a little bit too long. So
I'll be quick and I'll push the hang up button. Don't worry. The second point I had is essentially I think we should just take a step back and realize where we're at in the season. I said from the get go, if we were in the conversation by the back end of the season to be in a top 8 spot, I think that would have been a big step forward. And here we are. Like, I know we should have beaten Queensland. I'm not going to take a step back on that, but it's still an improvement on this season. And now, that said, I expect them to go out and try their best against Canberra and to go out and dust the Titans and finish up what should be a good season. And then the third point is we keep bringing him up, but shout outs to Jace. He's the celebrity Roosters fan you keep mentioning. So he's a decent man. I wouldn't say he's a great man.
We mentioned him off air. It's weird. Was Noon watching us off air?
Who's Jace? Jace who?
You're talking about our mutual friend.
Okay.
The three,
Jason.
yeah.
Oh, right.
The three of us.
okay,
The three of us know him.
Yeah.
It's our mutual friend. We didn't
Unbelievable,
know
Connor.
each other
Yeah.
before that. We didn't
Everyone
talk,
knows everyone.
I don't
It's
think
so weird.
we've never mentioned him on the podcast, but I was telling.
You mentioned him as your Roosters mate. No, I just know it's him. So
No, it actually wasn't. No, it was
Oh, really?
our other Roosters mate. Yeah, no, it was a different mate. It wasn't him that night. No, he would.
He's a good guy.
Jace wouldn't come along to a West Tigers fan. You know, he's not that kind of person.
Can I swear then?
Yeah. Let's go for it. We're late in
Yeah,
the show.
fuck Jason. Fuck the Suns. So. All right, boys. Take care.
See you,
All
buddy.
right, good luck to the Lakers. Mavericks.
All right, let's get on the next one. I didn't know he was talking about that.
No, yes, because we were talking about our mutual friend, our cock.
I've got to catch up with him. We should organise a lunch or something or a dinner or something.
Yeah.
He was a great
All
guy.
right, who we got coming up on the magic screen next? Drum roll. Who we got? It was
quite funny. He was in his Noons was in. You could tell he was in his son's room. I've done a few podcasts from my son next to my son's cot over the years. Back before we did video, there were a few episodes recorded of this podcast. I was sitting next to the cot, my son's cot.
Well, Rob had his red room, didn't he?
He's still got his red room.
Got his red room.
Yeah, still got his 50 Shades of Grey red room there. Any callers, Daniel? Yeah, it's quite funny. You're talking about a Roosters friend. It actually wasn't him. I used to go to a lot of Roosters games because I had two mates who went for the Roosters. So
yeah,
I may have been a Roosters season ticket holder at one stage. Hey, we got our debutante. How are you going?
I'm well. How are you? All things considered.
Introduce yourself to the listeners.
Yeah, my name's Alana. Lifetime West supporter, West Tigers supporter. Started off as a mini magpie, age 6.
There you go,
good
Shane.
Good stuff, Alana.
Been a roller coaster, man. Still here.
Where are you calling in from, Alana?
5 Dock.
Oh, another. We're just saying how many of our fans. So you're from a 5 Dock, but you were a magpie.
Well,
I guess
5
it's
Dock's
not far.
far from Pratton
well,
Park.
Yeah, it's not far.
Concord.
I
Yeah,
guess.
Pratton Park, the Pratton Park connection. So my dad and his brother were Magpie supporters. I was just saying to the boys in the waiting room, it was touch and go there. My mum was a Parramatta supporter, but Dad got the elbow and the good word in my ear first. So here we are.
There you go. Good memories of Magpies back in the day going to Campbelltown or
Lidcombe Oval.
Lidcombe. She can't be.
Campbelltown, yeah.
I don't think she's Lidcombe old, Shane, like you.
Not. I mean, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say fabulous memories, but character building for sure.
Yep.
Definitely.
Sitting through a lot of those 70 to 10s, 80 to 10s, and but I mean, like 98, 99, I think we only won like 3 games all season.
One against Balmain.
We beat Balmain, I was going to say.
Oh, when yeah. Remember that one. But like those 3 games, like it was like all your Christmases had come at once.
Yeah,
It was. But it wasn't all doom and gloom. The early 90s when we had Warren Ryan come over and he brought half of Canterbury with him. They were great years
Jason
out at
Taylor.
Campbelltown.
Yeah, Jim Sedaris. He was one of my favourite players for a few years there. Yeah, Langers and Andrew Leeds and a few. I mean, it's not too many years between final series and wooden spoons. Yeah.
Who was your favourite from 2005, Alana?
Favourite player?
Yeah, from 2005. Who was it?
Oh, Brett Hodgson, 100% favourite player of all time.
There you go, big Hodjo.
There wasn't much of him, was there? Too. Like he was such a skinny, small.
No, it was like 70 kilos wringing wet, and like, but hard as big as Farlap. Like, took the line on and just didn't take a backward step.
I was going to say Farlap won the Melbourne Cup. No, it wasn't. Maccabi Diva won the Melbourne Cup.
Farlap won the Melbourne Cup.
You know how I remember that?
1930.
I did my HSC test during Maccabi Divas. Literally, my last ever HSC test was when I missed. It's the only Melbourne Cup I've ever missed in my whole life. Was when Maccabi Diva won her 3rd Melbourne
Which
Cup.
subject was it?
Information processes and technology. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I don't know how I remember that. I do remember. I only remember that because I remember saying to my teacher, "Hey, sir, do you reckon we can get a TV in the hall? And we can get it's only a 3-minute race. Can't we get the
3-minute race?
Well,
That's all it takes.
back in the day, that's what we did. Every Melbourne Cup at school,
I was doing a
we got to
HSC
watch
test
it.
though.
Yeah, they'd wheel the TV in.
You're not even allowed to. You're not allowed to do anything in the HSC test. But anyway, that's kind of how I finished school was my gambling. Started my gambling love. Take us back to 2005, Alana. What was some of your memories of the 2005 season?
I just remember it was such a slow start. I was working. I hated my job.
Shout 'em out.
Romantic life wasn't going as I'd planned. And the West Tigers, they were the thing that were going in the right direction for me. And like, it was just one thing that you could look forward to week, seeing how they go and knowing that they actually had some promise and that they were showing signs of of life and playing an exciting brand of football, which I think they were probably the most exciting team all year. Like, they were just flamboyant. They threw the ball around. They were trying new things. Yeah, and, you know, the closer and closer we got, I think we won that win on that 8-game run, and it was like, we're getting closer. Like, it's looking more likely we can actually do this. And it was only the Tigers fans that actually believed that we actually could. So, yeah, and once we made it to, I said to friends and I sent to people all year, you know, Cowboys, Tigers grand final, Cowboys, Tigers grand final.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And
Should have money on that.
We won thousands.
Yeah.
They thought I was mad, and but they were the only team that I could stand to be beaten by because I didn't mind them. I remember they used to always have the 9:30 game on Fox Sports.
Yeah, the replay game.
Yeah. So, like, I knew all the players, and I was like, they seem like good blokes. Like, if we're going to lose to anyone, I'd be happy with that. And that first game of the finals, we beat them, what was it, 54-12? 54-12, and everyone was like, you're crazy, like, it's not going to happen. Like, Tigers, Cowboys, that's done and dusted.
Yeah.
I've got a soft spot for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I
to be
don't
honest.
hate-
I've got a really soft
Yeah, I
spot.
don't.
I met on grand final day before the grand final. We went across to the pub under the hotel, and I met the loveliest group of Cowboy supporters. Like, I felt
They're
bad
good
when
some of
we
the
won
Earth
it.
people. I've been in town
They
for a
were
couple
so
times. Yeah, they're
nice.
nice people up there. But yeah, that's doesn't make today hurt any less. But yeah, that yeah.
That's good.
Some more Tigers, future Tigers fans with you there, Alana.
There's a 5-year-old Tigers fans making a ruckus.
2020
here.
baby. Oh,
It's a menace.
sorry, did you
It's
cut
character
out for a bit
building, I
then?
keep telling her.
You cut out for a bit.
What
then.
were you saying, sorry?
Is 2020 baby?
2020, yeah.
Yeah, same as my young bloke. There you go. COVID babies.
COVID
They
babies
got to
are
be
all
resilient.
lunatics.
Got to be resilient. All right.
But
Thoughts? Well,
yeah, like I went to every like it was an expensive month.
Yeah.
05, like getting the tickets, making sure you're jumping on Ticket Tech, like first thing, making sure that you had the tickets to the game for you and all of the friends that you wanted to come with you, and then had to go out and buy the T-shirt because you wouldn't know. Maybe next week we won't be able to buy a T-shirt. And just week after week, we're getting closer and closer. And St. George were really the only team that I was worried about because everything seemed to be going in their favour all year.
Yeah.
perennial chokers.
And you know, once we beat the Dragons, like I always say, I think the only person that was crying more than Trent Barrett that night was me because I just couldn't believe that.
Yeah.
Were you more
I was
emotional,
seeing my team make the grand final?
Alana? Were you more emotional after the Saints game than the grand final? Yeah, everyone was. Everyone was.
Because I didn't care. I didn't care if we played Parramatta or the Cowboys the next week. I knew we could do it. I knew we could do it.
See, I didn't think we'd beat Para. I mentioned before, I didn't think I was walking out going, well, we're not going to beat Para, but at least we made it. But maybe a little bit, I'm not an AFL fan of any sort, but before the game, I actually watched the Swans they won their first grand final.
Red and white all night.
Yeah, so...
That's what everyone was saying, red and white all night.
But, the Swans won their first grand final a couple of hours before that prelim, and we went next door and we're watching it at what was then Fox Studios, my mate and I, and it was cool as a Sydney people. Like the Swans, I don't have any emotional attachment to the Sydney Swans at either, but it was Sydney won the AFL, like that didn't ever happen before, so that was kind of a cool thing to see, kind of in that kind of atmosphere, because Moore Park's obviously where the Swans play, but couldn't give a shit about them now. But it was like you said, red and white all night sort of thing. But
until 9:30 that night, anyway.
But we got them. We got those Dragons. So it's funny. Yeah, that prelim that will go down probably as my like you said. I just in terms of the feeling.
Yeah,
more so than the grand final. It's weird. It's weird to say that the
the
encore.
People think you're strange
entree.
saying that.
Well, she's been muted.
No, she's gone.
Oh.
There's just a lot of yapping going on all of a sudden in this house. But people think you're crazy because I got very emotional after that game because I just thought like growing up a Magpie supporter, like it was something that I always felt was reserved for every other fan, like that it was something that wasn't meant for me. It sounds so melodramatic, but like it was something that, you know, watching your team play in a grand final and watching your team win a grand final, like it was something that, you know, I only thought it was possible for other people.
Yep.
And the closer and closer we got, like I knew we'd beat the Broncos, you know, Dad's Army, you know, all the old boys. But that Dragons game was the one that I was worried about. And then, you know, when we actually did it, it was like, this is
real.
This is
it was good.
Very real. It's becoming very real very fast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I mentioned, obviously the Roosters and with my mate that went for the Roosters, and they made 4 grand finals in the previous 4 in the previous 5 seasons. And they just expect, and as years went on, they made more and more. They'd always make grand finals. So I went to school, they were my schoolmates, and they'd experienced a grand final. And I'd grown up on the coast, a lot of Manly fans, so they made the grand. A lot of Knights fans. The Knights won the grand final. Like just, and me being a Tigers fan, and obviously you guys Magpies as well. It did. We just felt like the also runs. The also runs, just there making up the numbers, like at the back end for us to, but I think part of that makes it more special for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
Like. It's like who won the soccer Premier League? Was it Chelsea? Who was the unexpected one a few years ago? Was it West Ham? Who won it? Leicester City. It was Leicester City. I don't follow soccer at all, but those Leicester City soccer's more so. NRL's it's a salary cap. Everyone should have a go. And pre the Penrith run, everyone was going to have a go at a grand final. Yeah. But in Premier League soccer, I can't imagine what Leicester City fans who just
unbelievable.
Growing up, it was just always Manchester. You know, like I don't. That's why I never really followed.
Yeah, because there's always the big 4.
Yeah, there's the big. Yeah. You got your big teams, and then the rest are just fighting to stay. I don't see the appeal in that. Rugby league's the beautiful thing about rugby league, and American sports also with the draft system.
Yeah.
You got your good years and you come back. Good years and come back. But,
we had that Challenge Cup final this year or whatever, where there was some team from Division 3 that made the final, the Challenge Cup final in England. So same thing.
But I just wonder if Roosters, Manly, Storm, Penrith, like I guess they've won 4 in a row now, but before they won their 4 in a row, I'm sure that first premiership to them was special because they were kind of for a while. A lot of 2003 was amazing too. I really wanted them when they went on that run to win 2003.
Same, as
well. It's just we were that Western Sydney, not the Beaches teams kind of had all the money and they always make the grand finals. Like it must. I wonder. It's impossible to measure, but was us winning a premiership more special than a Roosters fan? Like, we got 2000. What they get 2012, and we got 2002. Like, it has to be. And we're talking about it 20 years later.
And I think we remember it.
I mean, I always feel sorry for. I almost feel sorry for Roosters fans. Like we beat them a couple of weeks ago, and you'd swear to God we murdered their firstborn child. They were absolutely devastated. They were just rinsing all of the comment sections with, "Oh yeah, but what about this and what about that and what about this?" And it's like, mate, just let someone else have a moment.
Yeah,
let someone else have a moment, and like. They don't remember hard times. Like they had hard times in the 90s, but they've had so many good times since then. Like it's almost as if
since Fittler,
those hard times never happened. They've forgotten how to work around them. Yeah. Whereas I feel like Tigers fans, whether you're a Magpie supporter, whether you're a Balmain supporter to begin with, we're very resilient people. Like we're, you know, and you know, people. We've beaten a couple of really good sides this year. And I mean, I don't rub it in anyone's face because I know exactly like we've had 3 wooden spoons. I know exactly what it feels like to be on the receiving end of that. And you know, it's snakes and ladders really. You know, one day you're really good, and then the next week, you know, you're conceding 2 tries in the last, you know, within about 5-minute period. You know what I mean? Like,
I think we all agree that you know we're on the way up, and
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I look at other teams on the ladder and I just think they've either plateaued or they're heading in the opposite direction. But finally we're going in the right direction and we've earned it. Like we've done the hard yards and now we're, especially for the true believers and the people that have ridden all through the, all of the swings and roundabouts of it, like we've earned it.
100%.
Definitely.
Well, you've definitely earned plenty of praise tonight, Alana. Despite I can see the bit of tinsel going in the background. Then I feel your pain.
All things happening.
I had a 5-year-old jumping all over me at the game as well today. So I get the but next generation coming through. Hopefully, of West Tigers fans there as well. And thank you. Yeah, what a great debut by you on the West Tigers Life podcast. So please come on again.
Well, like I think I said to you guys, like, and I've said this I met Tim Sheens and I told him, I said, I met my husband in 2005. We've got married. We have Buggerlugs here now. That premiership, respectfully, is still the best thing that's ever happened to me. All the planets have to align for you to watch your team win a premiership and to be there and to actually ride through it all, like, and it doesn't matter the last 20 years of ups and downs and more downs and ups. I can't take that 05 premiership away from us.
No
like
way.
It's always there. That just tides us over.
100%.
Until the next one. Could be sooner than we think.
Great way.
All right, thanks,
Great
mate.
way to think. Thank you so much. Yeah, like I said, Alana, come on again in the future.
Anytime. Thanks,
ya.
guys.
See you
Thanks
guys.
for having
Thanks.
me.
See you, Lana.
Have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.
Do we have any callers left in the lineup? Sorry, we've gone a bit over time, I think.
A little bit.
If it's Riff, we'll give him a minute.
60 seconds.
60
Yeah.
seconds. 60 seconds.
60 seconds with Riff.
It's so true, though. It's just, and I think that one of the reasons why, obviously, there can't be another fan base that has 5 or 6 fan podcasts going. Where obviously there's so many West Tigers fans that are passionate, and so many listeners across all, like so many people out there that love West Tigers and being a part of something. Here he is, coming in from Miami in his fresh uniform. Got that all the way over to Florida there, Riff.
Got it all the way over to Florida. How are we, guys?
How are you, buddy?
Good morning to you.
Bit of a sad. It's a bit of a sad morning for me here in Miami, as I'm sure it is for all of you. What a roller coaster that was.
Yes. Yeah, roller coaster is probably the best way to, we're up and we're down and we're up and we're down. Yeah.
What was that Ronan Keating song? Life is a roller coaster, baby. Just gotta ride it. Thank you. It's wise words we should all probably follow today.
Yeah.
We should have won. Shoulda,
woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
Coulda, woulda, coulda, didn't. It was. It's all a bit of a blur for me. Old story. I got to get up at 4:30 and watch the game. I really need to see it on replay. But yeah, it was a heartbreaker. I've got a question. I'm very disappointed Rob's not there because this question would have been for Rob.
He's in the pub.
What player could have made a difference today? Question mark. If we'd had Alex Seyfarth instead of Tony Suka,
really?
Do we win today?
No.
Do we win today? Let's just be honest, team. Let's just be honest.
I mean,
Let's
his
just be
edge
honest.
defense, maybe.
Edge
I don't
defense.
know.
Does he do that knock on? The
You only
big
got
red at
Sinbin,
like
Riff.
card. Big red at
I'm gonna
like
Sinbin.
card. Is it?
Yeah,
Big
he was good
red
at Manly
at
against
Leichhardt.
Manly.
I don't know. Yeah, but again, so many
Come on.
variables.
Come on.
We'll never
Come
know.
on,
We'll never
choo-choo.
know. Give us a memory of
Choo-choo.
2005. Give us a memory of 2005.
2005, I've got so many memories. I've got very little memory of walking out onto Victoria Road from the Leagues Club in daylight. There's a little sprinkle of memory from that.
So I wasn't the only one.
Yeah. My memories. It was interesting that the boys talked about the game against St George the week before, because that game was just. I was late to it. I was in a private box, and I got there 2 minutes before kickoff, and I just opened up the door of the box onto the balcony, and it literally, the atmosphere punched you in the face. It was. Yeah, it was ridiculous. That game was just it was the greatest thing that could have. Yeah, it was unbelievable. Obviously, the flick pass. I remember the big hombres try. The
So
big
do I.
hombres, like that was just that, because that was cherry.
loved
That
it.
we that was the cherry on
Yeah.
top.
The game was over.
The big
but
home.
The game was over. And
the
yeah.
cherry on.
Over, yeah.
The
I mean,
cherry.
it was really like there was a little bit of. I think there was a little bit that made it obviously 30-16. I think it was a 2-try lead.
Yeah, but
obviously,
we're
before
already.
that.
Yeah, there was. Yeah,
Yeah.
when he scored that, there was.
I guess, yeah.
practically full
The
time.
that's what I said. The party started when
Yeah.
that try happened.
I tell you what else I remember was the Veronicas. That was, I think, their first ever public appearance.
Did they
The
play?
Veronicas
Did they?
played. The Veronicas and Pete Murray played from memory.
Parramatta fan.
Veronicas. And, oh yeah, well, yeah. I was talking. How good's Alana?
She was
She's
awesome.
great.
Hey,
I told her to get it.
Yeah.
I told her to get into the Discord more and stuff like that. She's
Should've kept her
unreal.
on,
I
actually.
said. Yeah. I told her it was too much of a sausage fest. In poor old Carla has to put up with so much in the
Yeah.
Discord. I said she needs to come in and wingman Carla in there and keep it in line a little bit more.
Do you remember all the
But, yeah.
swearing from the players after the game when they were being interviewed?
I
All
know.
the
I
F
know,
bombs,
yeah.
all the F bombs, and that.
I know, dropping the
We got
F-bomb.
into
Oh,
trouble, didn't
man.
we? West Tigers got into trouble. Oh, you can't be doing that.
Hey, do you remember this? Because these days, if a player had did it, do you remember when we took the trophy out to Cambo? Daniel Fitzhenry absolutely plastered pelvic thrusting the trophy. Remember
No.
that?
I was there, but I don't remember it.
It made the news and everything. So yeah, Fitzy got a little bit intimate with the trophy. So
At least we didn't break it.
No,
He'd be
So-
hashtag me too on Fitzy.
Fitzy was the Alex Seyfarth
Bloody hell.
He was.
He was.
another
No,
player
I
that we
know.
got-
I know.
we got
I
for
get
the
what you're
price of
saying. Yep.
He got him for the price of a bus ticket. He was Mr. Fix-It. We moved him around
Yeah, he played in the
everywhere.
halves a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, he played in the halves with the
Yep.
wings, the centre, and he was a damn nice bloke. He was from bloody Maxville.
Oh yeah.
I'll take your word for
home
it.
of the king of the highway. Home of the king of the highway burger. I really like Fitzy. I heard he was out there today.
Yeah, he was,
I got
yep.
a little bit. I got a little bit homesick when they did the wide shot and there was, the Parramatta River just bathed in mauve from the sunset. And
Yeah, I saw that on the big
Leichhardt.
screen. Yeah.
We would have
pink
won
sky.
if you were there.
If I was there, yeah. Don't worry about Seyfarth. If I was there, it would have been all the difference. Yeah,
100%.
that would have changed.
Your aura.
How good was it meeting? I got to meet Noons Spax. That was the first time we
Yeah.
spoke
Yeah, I didn't know.
one-on-one.
It's so good this
He's
studio
That's
that
the
the
best.
ability that
That's
you
the
guys
best.
can. I didn't realize you have your own room, your own waiting room to kind of chat with each other. That's
We
awesome.
do. It's got toilets worse than Leichhardt though. I was cross-legged back there for an hour waiting for you after drinking 3
But
coffees.
it's funny though, because when we're talking backstage, and then Daniel pulls one of us away, and I'm halfway through a conversation, then
It's
Riff
like-
just
It's like
disappears.
Squid Games.
Yeah, it's like Star Trek. You just get beamed up by Daniel. He's the
Shouts
Scotty
producer
of
Daniel, killing it tonight. So good.
He's the Scotty of WestsLife. But yeah, boys, we still can't get that third Horcrux, can we? The third
No.
win in a row.
No.
We're still chasing the Elder Wand. It's just
It'll happen next
just
year.
heartbreak.
It has to now. Yeah, we
Just
can't
heartbreak.
not 3 games left. So
But I only heard. I only got filled in by Brando in the backstage area. But we got 15 years of Cambo at Leichhardt. How good a news! And they announce it at Leichhardt.
Yeah.
That's
half time.
fucking fantastic.
I can't undersell
Nice work, Maggie.
how perfect today was. How perfect.
I know, everything.
Everything was perfect until that 1 6-minute period.
10 minutes. 10 minutes, whatever
Richo,
it
great
was.
news from Richo. It was the perfect day until it wasn't.
100%.
Yeah,
It was
so
the best.
yeah, Father, Son, and the Holy Richo. You know, like
He's done
God
well.
bless that. God bless that. Deliciously
Provided
man.
when both renovations are done, that's where we're playing our games.
6 and 6.
I do not want to go to Combank. I don't want to go anywhere else. I don't want to take a game to Jade Stadium. I don't want to do anything, you know. I just want to play all our games at Campbelltown and Leichhardt. That's
I
it.
think Jade Stadium was the stadium that went down in the earthquake.
Oh, did it?
I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore, Hoff. So we definitely don't want to play
But
there.
I've no idea what you're talking about. We're in.
Jade Stadium was where we played back in 05.
Yeah.
We used to play back. I'm pretty sure we played there. Maybe it was 06.
We took a home game there.
We used to take a home game
New Zealand.
We took a home game in New Zealand.
Okay.
In the South Island. Yeah, it was. But yeah, that was a heartbreaker today, boys. But you know what? We were in the hunt, and considering where we were, where we are now, we were in the Royce. Like,
yeah.
I just look at where we've been, and just this time at the start of the season, if you said this was what I was going to get, I would have taken it with both hands.
What are we on, 9
and
wins?
we've had a wonderful.
We've exceeded expectations, no doubt.
It'd be nice to get a 10th against the Titans. A 10
Well,
win season.
You know what?
Good.
We'll probably beat Canberra. We'll probably beat the Titans. East will lose every game, and we could have made the semis.
We got no halves.
Well, not now.
Backstage, Brando just told me, apparently Aina got a cat one as well.
Oh,
Great.
so he's out.
Is that right?
Oh man.
Can we do a swap deal with Galvin for a couple of games?
I thought that when I did actually think that. Imagine that as an amazing movie plot twist when Fainu went out and we called in 18th man Galvin, like the return. I've actually said his name. I said I'd never say his name again. I said I should have said. Yeah, I refuse to say the.
All right.
I'm not swearing this week, Josh. I've decided because I don't want to mess up your algorithm. It's all about algorithm protection. You've had a tough enough day.
It's late. I think it's only the first few minutes that the algo counts for that. But do we have Brando backstage? We might save Brando because we're well over time, I believe.
Oh, look, go to Brando. He's been waiting there for ages. Kick me off and go to Brando.
All right. See you, Riff.
We'll give Brando a quick.
See you, buddy.
Quick run on.
Love you.
Thanks, Riff.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye,
have a good Sunday. Always good to hear.
Time has flown.
Yeah.
Time has absolutely flown.
What's our time at? Oh yeah, we're well over.
Yeah.
Aaron, well over.
Sorry, Daniel.
We're having fun. I hope the listeners are enjoying this. It's a lot of talking today, talking back in time. So we'll get a quick one from Brando to sign us off, and then maybe do this again.
Yeah, let's do it tomorrow.
Next week. Brando.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks for waiting, Matt. Man, how was today for you?
Yeah, it was good. Till about half time. That's about it. But yeah. No, look, we'll take positives out of the day. So
yeah, plenty of positives. I know the calls out guys that RB got plenty of positives out of that game today.
Yeah, I was very surprised.
Yeah, I was too. In that,
you don't know what you're going to get with RB, whether he's going to be devastated or over the moon. And I thought he'd be so cut.
He was very tempered. He was tempered tonight. So, yeah, he's in a good spot. Brendo, how old were you in 2005?
8 or 9.
What are your memories of it?
Remember it?
My memory was how ecstatic my dad was the next morning. And I was like,
define ecstatic. Oh, like Shane ecstatic.
Did he come home?
He didn't go to the game. I remember he watched at home. So I just remember as a kid, just couldn't take the smile off his face because he went to 88 and 89, and he just told me back in the days how disappointed those results were, and I think it was sort of getting one back. I suppose I never really sort of understood when I was sort of that age, around 9 and 10, and then when I grew a bit older and watched the boys play in 2010 and 2011, and I understand now just sort of not important, but I suppose you really got to take it all in, considering when the boys can play good footy, and I think we're on the right direction
for
that
sure
as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just think that year was that 2005 year was just I don't know how a movie's not been made about it yet, but it should be.
Yeah.
But that was just an absolute. It was a fairy tale run, considering just all the things that had to go our way did, and end up when the COVID summons, mate, unbelievable.
It was like winning lotto, wasn't it?
It was
Really,
the best, mate.
I just think for people in my age, just really have a look at when we've gone into the final series, and this. It's only around the corner. I really feel it's only around the corner that we will get some better times and play finals footy.
100%.
Sure.
Next year we will.
I know we say there's always next
100%.
year, but next year I think
we've got the front office all sorted. We just need to get a few more recruits and maybe a few more forwards.
There's harmony within the group. Now Galvin's gone.
Yeah.
You can tell that. And that's why
they're playing for Benji.
Yeah, that's why we're not getting towed up.
We're not talking, no one's talking sack Benji. There's a lot of other teams that the media are really going at the moment. I think we're just going to go into the off season. The boys are all they're in sync. They all love the coach. There's not going to be any chatter about this player wants to leave and blah, 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 blah. We're going to the boys are going to come in, lock in, come out roaring.
They're playing as one unit.
Yep. Yeah, I feel really good about next year.
Can I ask you guys, what was your emotion seeing the bullet try? Was it for me? I think especially in the 05 jerseys, it sort of brought a little bit of a tear to the eye. Just seeing the football that we were playing. Did you sort of get was it very nostalgic? The way we played today in attack.
Well, I slipped on plastic just as he made that break. So after I got my footing back, I was jumping up and down. But it reminded me of 2005.
Yeah.
When was the last time we went coast to coast?
Yeah,
that was unbelievable.
It was the best, and the crowd. I said it before. The crowd was just exploded.
That flick pass was right in front of my seat, Brendo. I was getting a hot dog for my son.
That's unbelievable.
So I had my son. I was sitting with my son in the queue for food at Leichhardt, and I had him. He was climbing on my back. Had him as a piggyback, and I literally was. It was the best piggyback ride he's ever had because we was jumping up and down like a buck and bronco, and he's just that moment. Even because we saw it in the screen, I saw it on the screen and saw the crowd erupt. So we would have had the best view in the house of that flick pass, and I missed it. But I still got that moment of my son on my back, and just it was the perfect day. It was the perfect day until it was.
Apart from the scoreboard.
Look, I think moments like that is going to come for us. In next year.
Definitely.
So I think, because I was sitting around the corner, just off to the side where the stands are, and just watching the game and watching the hill, and seeing our team play, it does kind of give you that nostalgic feel, when we are playing good footy, and at times we were, very finals contention worthy.
It's the best hill in the comp,
and I think it's good. Yeah, it's awesome.
Luai ran out after halftime. He amped the crowd up. He clapped. He revved everyone up with his hands. Tito,
it must feel like gladiators playing at that ground.
Tito coming back to our corner after we scored those 2 quick tries. He's pointing and laughing, and crowd love him.
Speaking of, go Breno. One last. I'll finish off. After that.
One last feel I think. Can we play in that jersey every week next year? What do you reckon? I love it.
Bring it back.
I love that jersey.
I'll play in Hessian sack if it means we win. Who cares what we win?
Well, speaking, last 2 more games to go. We'll be at the Orange Grove for both, so hopefully you boys will be there to see off the season. Who knows what's going to happen against the Raiders and the Titans, but they're both Saturdays. They're both Saturdays?
They are.
2 Saturdays in a row.
Yep.
So I think that's quite good because we can catch up some beers, kind of put a full stop on the season for the last couple of rounds. Hopefully the hats will come in by then. It'd be good to kind of have a bit of a, especially for that last Titans game. So come to the Orange Grove Hotel, everyone out there for that last game for a watch along. Let's make it a nice seeing off into the spring and the summer and hopefully a big off season and into a big season for the West Tigers next year. And it's been such a great season.
It's been good.
For us as well as the West Tigers Life podcast as well, because of guys like you supporting the show in the Discord and coming on the show and helping us out with the reaction videos and all sort of things as well. So thank you to everyone, you guys, our Patreon legends, and also our listeners out there. And thank you for joining us. I hope you all enjoyed. It was something we wanted to do tonight, win, lose, or draw tonight. We wanted to talk about 2005. I was hoping that we would have kind of got the reminisce beating the Cowboys now and then. Wasn't to be, but hopefully talking a little bit of 2005 was great. Getting some memories from everyone of 2005, and we'll see everyone Wednesday night at the Orange Grove Hotel. Come in, say good day if you want to jump on, tell us your thoughts. Brendo's popped out, but we'll see Brendo at the pub on Wednesday night, Orange Grove Hotel. And thank you everyone, westtigers.com.au for everything West Tigers life. And we'll see you Wednesday night.
Do we go to the West Tigers?
Yeah, why not? Go to the West Tigers.
Go to the West Tigers.